Can you get it here, or do we have to go up there?
Well, he thought he could drive it here.
You ruined all my paint.
I did.
Dang it.
She is gonna need a new paint job.
I don't think the paint was holding very well.
Just got to work. We're down in the shop, and look who's here. Oh boy.
Just like a bad penny, just keeps showing up.
Well, not always. I wouldn't say it's bad. That's a good penny.
I think it's a good penny.
It's a good penny.
Darwin and I have been friends for 100 years. It's a good thing.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
But he says he's got something for us, and I don't know if we want to hear it or not, but I think it's a pretty cool project.
Throw it out here.
I got a camper up there that he's come all the way from Mississippi. He's got one of them little scamp trailers. It's a fifth wheel. It's a fifth wheel. And he was sitting under it in the shade, and he looked up, and the frame around the fifth wheel's all cracked. So he wants somebody to weld it up.
Woo. That's a bad feeling when you're away from home.
Yeah.
Man,
That far.
that's a long ways.
Yeah, if it's cracked, makes me wonder what else is cracked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He told me when I went and looked at it that he had beefed up the frame, put a bigger axle under it, but he hadn't done anything up around the fifth wheel.
And that's what broke.
And that's what broke.
That's what broke. Can you get it here, or do we have to go up there?
Well, he thought he could drive it here.
Well,
Yeah.
so maybe an hour.
I give him your phone number, and when he gets packed up, he'll come down, and
Sweet.
you can see what you got.
Well, I guess we have a clean bay,
We
so
got a spot for it.
he can come on down.
Yeah.
We got time.
Cool.
Awesome.
What's the worst that can happen? We can't fix it?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's unhooked. Come and get it later.
Come get it later.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
We'll fix it. We'll get him fixed up.
Cool. Well, thanks, Dar. I guess
Bet.
we'll see how it looks when he gets here.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll just work on another project till he shows up, and then I guess he's wanting to leave today. Is that?
Yeah, they're going.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're going back through Shiprock to get.
Oh, he better
probably
fix
down
it
to
if he's
40.
going across the res. Then.
Yeah.
But that'll test it. That'll test it.
That would finish it off. So.
Okay, guys showed up. The Papa Dar's sending our way. Let's see what we have. It's a pretty nice rig. Steven, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
With a pH.
perfect. You want to show us what we got going?
You want me to unhook this thing first?
Let's do it.
Let's do
Let's
that.
unhook it, and it'll be easier to see.
Hard part of pulling this whole trailer is on that hitch.
I'm watching the hitch.
I usually just throw it over the rail, over the thing, because I bought that thinking, oh, that's great, but
You got safety chains. You get it unhooked.
I got that part. I got to get rid of this jack. I'm fixing the belt.
Well, she's unhooked. I like the hitch. Those airbags look pretty cool.
It's supposed to be for a 12,000-pound trailer, so it's a little bit,
A little
bit more than we need.
Yeah, just less air.
I run about 45 pounds in it. It'll hold up to 100.
Oh, nice.
So it softens it up a lot. This thing needs all the help it can get that way. But
Right.
Where's home at?
Park Hills, Missouri, 70 miles south of St. Louis. So
You've got a few miles left.
we're, I don't know, 1,500 miles away right now, but
Perfect.
we're making a big loop.
That's a fun vacation.
We did, we went to Durango first via the back way. Everything was 2-lane roads all the way.
Awesome.
So
Good
we
stuff.
saw, a lot of things that we normally wouldn't.
That's cool.
And I'm not a 70 highway fan.
Right.
So,
There's a lot of hills.
You got by?
What
yeah,
do you
got
got
by.
here? What is this, a scooter?
No, it's 2 folding
Those are-
electric bikes.
Those are bikes.
Oh.
Let's see why you're here.
Well, why I'm here is these cracks. The hitches, they make a nice box here, but being as how I extended the hitch out a little bit, I think I've added to the stress.
Right.
And so as it hits a bump, it's doing this. And in so being, we got cracks here, and there's a crack on the outside of this weld. You can't see it, but it's there. And then, of course, it's trying to pull the front crossmember off.
Corners. Oh yeah.
So, and I believe
bright.
that one there was already broken, and I didn't realize
Didn't
it.
realize it.
And maybe both of them were, to some degree. I mean, this thing is 33 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
It looks new, man.
I spent a year and a half, almost 2 years,
Really?
gutting it and starting over.
That's impressive.
So-
That's nice.
We took it to the Scamp Rally in July, and
That's
it was fairly popular. Everybody liked it, so
You got a nice
it's
setup.
cool, man.
it works out pretty good.
Like it just needs a little strength to
It needs a little more strength.
So we're gonna have to pull this back down.
Yes.
Yep.
We can put a chain between these two bicycle locking points. There's really nothing under here we can grab a hold of because the batteries are right against there.
That'll work perfect. Yeah.
But I welded them U-bolts on there to tie my electric bikes to and chain them up.
Oh, nice.
So,
Okay.
but we can pull that back down and then maybe have to put a jack here.
And
It
push
has
that
dropped-
back up.
It's dropped on this side more than it has on this. Of course, you can see that. Jack it back up to where it's touching the plywood again. My thought was, well, I would have chopped all this wiring off of here yesterday, but I had nothing to work with, so we'll have to, they're just rivets, they're aluminum, so I'll just chop them off.
Chop them off.
And I thought we'd take a cutoff wheel and cut a
Got a slot.
1/4-inch slot in this here, leave the top in it. Just take the sides off.
Then when it
And then
give it room to touch.
Slide like a 3-inch angle iron up in here, and that way we can stitch weld along the top and stitch weld along the face, the bottom edge here. And then it'll be turned back on this rail. I'd almost like to add a piece on the rail, but I think it might be too much.
Right.
I mean,
We'll see.
yeah,
See what it takes to get there.
you know, I've beefed them up before and slabbed on a piece and punched 3/4 or 1-inch holes and plug welded.
Right.
But that so far hasn't given any trouble. I've magnified the problem with the hitch, I think.
This is broke here and it's welded solid to here.
Yes.
That's why it started
It's
turning
just
this
twisting
out
that
and
whole
breaking
thing.
it.
That whole thing is one unit. It's
Yeah.
just going like that, trying to break it off.
So if
I
we
think
put
so.
if we put something in here to
It needs
guess at
an
that
angle.
corner,
yeah.
Yeah.
and then we jack that back up and put a piece of angle across
Yeah, if
the
we can
back
put
of
a
there.
chunk of angle in here, even a
Yeah.
2x2 or something,
Yep.
2-inch piece,
Yeah.
and give that a little structure. And then, like say, down the road, when I get it home, I'll probably either put a tapered piece from here to the outside edge. I may do that, or
That would help.
I'm trying not to. I could bring it down 3 inches, but it gets closer to the truck.
You might want to even put a piece of 3-inch angle across the end of this,
That
up
might
each
be
side,
that might be the best thing to do.
because you could take these off and turn your angle up and screw your floor into it, and then weld it. And then punch holes in it and plug weld it.
Tie
across
it the
there.
whole way
And that'd
back.
tie it in.
Yeah,
And then it'd keep the wasp from building nests in it. You got a wasp nest in it.
I do.
Oh yeah, right up in there.
Well, we'll get some chains, something to pull this back.
You gotta come
See.
on. It probably won't take
Oh,
much.
I got lots
Yeah.
of time.
See if we can get
You know,
some stuff
I
moving.
noticed the reason I started noticing something.
Is the rubbing.
It's biting the trailer.
And it
Oh,
never
yeah.
was
It
before.
never was before. It's
Ooh.
like, why is that hitting the trailer? You know, and then I started looking. It's like, oh,
That's why.
it's trying to leave as one big piece.
Will it hook in there? Or we need a small chain?
Pull better. Don't gotta go a lot.
Yeah.
Yep. We can shorten it.
there's nothing there. Now you're close.
That's better.
We got a floor jack and a post we can pick
Pull
it
it
up.
right in.
Is it?
Yeah.
Let's get a light.
That one on the right side just did a lot of twisting. It hasn't broken completely
That's
yet.
pulling it up.
Let's hold it right there.
It's flexing the
You're
floor.
about there.
We're pretty much closed. How's that crack?
That one's closed.
Close to eyeball, and it's about straight across.
That looks a lot better on the back. It's got a wrinkle, but that's from
That
cracking.
wrinkle's just going to be there.
Pretty straight. Is that about how much distance you had before?
That's about what it was. Ought to feel a little different going down the road even.
Yeah.
extra cush.
Yeah.
Well, we got to drill those rivets out.
Yeah,
Get the
they're
wires
long.
out of the
Or
way.
just take a wood chisel and chop them.
I'll go get a piece of 3-inch.
It's 45 1/4
We
inside.
might even want to go with 2-inch. I got some
I was gonna say 2-inch. we
I
could
got some
weld
heavier 2-inch.
Yeah.
We could weld the top with 2. 3 is going to be hard to weld the top.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. Go see if you
Well, I
have a
just
little
thought you'd
2.
drop it down an inch, and then you could stitch it on the front too.
That's going to defeat
You'd
a lot of your
lose all your
strength, though. You're
strength.
going to lose a lot of your strength
You
doing
want
that.
the bottom welded.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do.
If you have some 2
mean-
by quarter, something quarter.
I have some 2 by quarter wall.
Two. Probably lose that one.
I got some 2.5 by 3/16.
That'll work.
That'd be better.
That'll work.
And I think we run it up there and that, and we just cut that out, and then we can weld it all the way up that side right there too. That way we can get a flat against that and weld it against here as well. Because you got a piece of 1/4 inch there.
I just gotta touch these.
You want me to raise the trailer higher?
What's that?
Can we raise the trailer higher?
Yeah. I don't know. Wouldn't complain, probably.
It's just the height that's just wrong. You can't sit on a creaker seat. You can't stand it.
It's not a comfortable height. 16.
What do you got going?
I'm cutting this out to go around this hitch.
So that'll gusset the tubing. There's a plate in the middle.
Yeah, it'll flip over and it'll slide over that plate, and then we'll weld it here, weld it across here, and across the top and around the edges. And that'll help strengthen that, especially after you get that welded.
Right.
And then we'll cut some more of these out and put in the corners up here to help this out. We may go over the outside and the inside just to help it. But really, you're just changing the weak spot from one point to another if you do too much, because the tubing's so thin.
But tying it together is gonna.
Tying it together is
it'll be
definitely gonna
tougher.
help. This is going to help a bunch
Yeah.
because it'll keep it from rolling back like that.
Exactly. The cracks are ground up. I'm gonna weld the cracks, and my dad will get this ready. We'll have this fixed shortly, I hope.
What do you think?
Well, it fits. I think that is gonna tie it together pretty well.
I think that'll fix a lot of the
I
problem.
think that'll keep everything together.
Okay, I'm gonna mark this, and then I'll grind that paint off.
Okay.
Kind of hard to do anything with gloves on.
Don't forget your crack on this side.
Yeah, he's gonna weld it.
Hey,
He's
so
just
you
waiting
get
on.
that
He's just
cut.
waiting on
The only
me.
thing that's holding that together is the top web.
I think it's gonna, ow, that ripped my hair out. I think that's gonna tie everything together and fix it.
I think we weld that around there.
Yeah, it's just tacked in.
And then
we'll go to weld.
We'll kind of, I'll have to be on fire watch here, because that's just chipboard that's painted.
But we got all the cracks welded, so we get this in, and we can brace the front corners in and tie it back together.
Okay. It's looking better already.
You watch the smoke levels for me.
You're gonna weld the ends here too?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, we just got it all tacked in so it won't twist or
Yep.
do anything funny. And
That looks beautiful.
we're 90% welded. I got a couple more spots in the back still, but we're pretty much gusseted.
Oh, that's beautiful.
We think we're gonna add a brace. How'd you engineer it? Right there?
Yep.
That way. That will help tie the back to the front one more piece. And after that, I think it's good to go. I think there's a lot more strength in it, and it's gonna hold.
Okay.
We'll tack that in and see how it looks when we hook it up, I imagine. See, maybe we can measure that and see if it flexes any, but I don't think it will.
I don't think it's gonna move.
Well, I think that's what we're calling quits right here. I think it's 100% welded, beefed up.
It looks
It's
awesome.
all tied together.
You ruined all my paint.
I did.
Dang it.
She is gonna need a new paint job.
I don't think the paint was holding very well. Not a lot of strength.
Sneak through you. So the floor may be warm.
Still
I
hot.
just welded that. We can spray it if we. Well, I think we should let the come along off.
Okay, let's do it.
Should we? We just kind of eyeball it, see
I
if
measured
anything
it.
moves.
I measured it.
What's it say?
It's 1 3/8.
Okay.
It's got to
exactly.
move a little bit. I think what you're going to see is the front crossmember coming down.
I don't know that it moved.
It did a little bit.
Did it? Better than 16th?
Moved, not even a
It
16th.
did a little bit, but not much.
Perfect.
It's halfway between 3/8 and 5/16. So
I think it's
we have it on
solid
the
once
truck.
again.
I'll be determining factor.
That will be. We'll get it hooked up, see if the bikes rattle. I think it's good. He's going to head home.
Well, I think it's all done. We got his charge light on. We got all the wires tied in. The only thing we got to hook up, you want to put your wire back across there?
I could do that.
We
Otherwise,
may have to move that for his clothesline. We'll see.
We'll see.
See how good he is.
He's as good as the camera. Perfect. That's sweet. Well, I think we're out of here. I think Steven's gonna head out. Thank you, man. Safe travels.
appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thanks.
You guys have a great day.
Good job, Brett.
All right, bye-bye.
Safe travels, guys. Yeah, he's ready to roll. I kind of dig that trailer.
Nice and try.
Even the setup, the little canyon.
Yeah.
I was thinking it might be a Duramax, but it's a V6er.
It didn't flex too bad.
No, didn't flex at all.
No, looks good.
Looks way good. It's tougher than it was when it came in.
About
We
200%.
we can guarantee that.
Yeah.
The framework is still super light,
But he knows that.
but he knows that. And
he's just going to be a little more careful now.
Careful he will be.
Especially where he's going. Across the res.
Across the reservation.
Yeah.
Well, you may as well pick the roughest road in the country to test her out on. Well, guys, we got Steven on the road, and I'm pretty sure his trailer's gonna make the trip now. Definitely wouldn't have made the trip to Missouri, so glad we could help him out. Glad the schedules worked out, and we was able to do this. So I hope he makes it home. And thank you guys for watching. That's a pretty fun project, just out of the blue. So you always answer the phone when old Papa Dar calls, because you're either gonna go wheeling or fix a broken camp trailer. So either way, life's pretty good. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you next time.